You here. We've got 2 people missing. If I hear the door rattle in the next few minutes, then I'll let them in. But if not, I'll move these mats so there's a bit more space. So we're doing our Vinyasa flow this morning. I'll also let you know that we've got, what was your name again? Laura at the back. She's just going to observe me. Don't worry, not you. She's doing her teacher training, so she's just at the back. So she's not following along, that's why. But you can all be in your own practice anyway. We're going to start off nice and slow like normal, and then we're going to gently find some flow, some fire in our bodies to get us ready for the day. So come to any position that works for you. It can be lying down, it can be seated, maybe you close the eyes. Just take a moment. Decide where you want your hands to come. They might be on the body for a greater sense of grounding. Or if you prefer, maybe away from the body, palms turned up towards the sky for a bit more opening. Just begin to notice your breath. We're noticing how we're arriving into this space this morning. You might take a deep breath in and a big sigh out. Deep breath in and let it go. You can breathe in and out through the nose if that's available to you. Maybe starting to cultivate this nice long breath in the body. So really trying to lengthen your inhales, lengthen the exhales. Feeling the body expand on your inhales and soften on the exhales. Each breath in, we draw in new life into the body. Each exhale, we're releasing anything that isn't serving us. And as you breathe into your body, can we check in with how we are, how we're feeling? Can we check in with our mind? Check in with our body. There isn't a right or wrong way to show up to practice. We just want to hold a space for ourselves today, however we're doing, however we're feeling. You might begin to gently find some movement in the body. You choose what this movement looks like. It might just be wiggling in the toes. It might be in the fingers, something in the neck. Start to feel even deeper into the body. As you're moving body parts, notice how they're feeling. Welcome them into the space. And if you notice that you're quite tired today, you might be moving slower. You're welcome to come to rest at any point. You're welcome to stop at any point in your practice and take a break. You might notice you've got lots of energy, so if you want to add things in, you're welcome to Be as creative as you like. If you've got any injuries, any niggles, and you want to modify things to suit your body, then please do. This practice is for you. So maybe as you're moving around, you start to explore, how does it feel to make myself big? How does it feel to stretch out, to take up space? And maybe you go the opposite way. How does it feel to make myself small, to squeeze myself tight? And as you're moving, as you're exploring, can you connect to your breath? So that steady inhale, steady exhale through the nose. And we're slowly going to find our way up to seated if we're not already there. When we come to seated, take a moment, no rush, a moment to ground through the sitting bones, to lengthen your spine long. Feel the crown of the head reaching towards the sky. On an inhale, shoulders might come to the ears as we squeeze them up. And when we exhale, you can roll them back and down, bringing palms together at heart center. If you'd like to, you can set an intention for your practice. Maybe thinking about the energy you'd like to take with you when you step off your mat. If it's helpful, you can think of the energy you'd like to leave behind. Take a deep breath in and a big sigh out. Inhale, reach the hands up towards the sky. You can blink the eyes open if you like. Look at the thumbs. Exhale, cactus the arms and sigh out. Elbows come out, shoulders squeezing back. 2 more times. Inhale, reaching all the way up. Feel your spine lengthen, the hands reach high. Exhale, release. 1 more. Inhale, reach the hands up. Really shining the chest out. Release. Let the hands come behind the back and interlace the fingers behind you now. Inhale to squeeze shoulder blades together. Shine the heart up towards the sky. Maybe lift the chest up. And then exhale, release the hands, round the spine, tuck the chin, give yourself a nice big hug. Inhale, scooping the hands up towards the sky once again. Lengthen the spine, reach up high. And exhale, can we float hands to the floor to find our tabletop? So straight over into hands and knees. Spreading the fingers nice and wide. So the weight's distributed through every single finger, not just through the base of the hand. Knees beneath the hips, wrists beneath the shoulders. We'll come into our cat-cows when you're ready. So on the inhale, lower your belly button down. Tailbone comes up, shoulders back, chest through. Exhale, round the spine. Tailbone down, chin towards the chest. Press the ground away from you. Moving between the two. At your pace, you might like to close the eyes down again. How does your spine feel? Can I connect my movement to my breath? You might notice, does this feel easy for my body today? Or is there any tightness? Is there any resistance? And we're just noticing. So it doesn't matter either way. Just aware so that we can honor where our bodies are at today. You might slow it down even more. And if you feel cool too, maybe you find a wildcat. So choose how you want to move on your hands and knees. You can rock forwards and backwards, side to side. You can use the neck a little more. You can move into the wrists, the hips. Give yourself that freedom to explore your own body at your pace. Every day, our bodies show up differently. So we want to get to know how it's feeling in this moment. And if we want to find more of a release today, you might take a deep breath in and a big sigh out. See how that feels in the body to really press something out the body. If you want another, take a deep breath in and let it go. Can we make our way into our child's pose, sending the hips back towards the heels? Big toes can touch, knees can be out wide or together. Hands creeping forward so we get a little bit of extra length through the spine. Breathe into the back of the body. So we often are aware of breathing into the front, but can you breathe into the back and the sides? Can you walk the hands over towards the left? Maybe taking right hand on top of left. Breathe into that right side of the body. Feel yourself opening up. Maybe like the ribs are trying to separate from one another. And gently walking the hands all the way over towards the right. Maybe left hand on top of right. Keep reaching away from you so it's still lengthening and opening. And then gently finding your way back to center. From our child's pose, can we make our way into puppy pose? To get there, you can come back into your tabletop, back onto your hands and knees, and you can walk the hands out in front. So the hips stay directly above the knees. The heart is melting down towards the ground. Forehead might come to the floor. Making sure your knees are directly beneath the hips. Feel the spine lengthen, the shoulders, your heart space open, and take a few gentle breaths here. Then slowly can we transition our way into Sphinx. So pressing through the forearms, shoulders come over the elbows. We can slide the legs out behind us. Nice. So our forearms don't want to be any wider than the shoulders, so maybe squeeze them in a little. If it feels too intense, you can move the arms away from you or slide yourself back a little more. Maybe you feel into the neck a little. You might let the chin drop down. Maybe taking the chin round to one shoulder, maybe to the other. So kind of the semicircle, guiding the chin across the chest. The shoulders are softening away from the ears. The backs of the feet are pressing to the floor. And then gently, we're going to release down to the ground. Can we take our fingertips wider than the mat, elbows pointing up towards the sky? And on an inhale, finding your cobra. So hips are to the floor, but lengthening your spine, just gentle in the body. And when you exhale, soften yourself back down, release to the ground. Do it 2 more times. So look for length. Inhale, coming up. Feel a bit of flow in your spine. Exhale, release. 1 more. Inhale, coming up. And let it go. Hands can slide underneath the shoulders. Gently make your way back up onto the knees. We're going to find our way into downward facing dog. But if you want to come through a child's pose, a wild cat, or anything else, then please do. Take your time to get there. Have a little feel in the body, a little wriggle. Just with our wild cat, give yourself the same kind of freedom to paddle the feet out, shake off the head, to move into your body. Feel into this asana. So our hands are roughly shoulder distance apart. The feet are roughly hip distance apart. And our focus is going to be getting that spine nice and long, the tailbone towards the sky. That means we might have bent knees. Sometimes that can help us or support us to get the spine nice and long. Let the head and neck hang, so we've got really nice loose neck. And the belly button's gently pulling back towards the spine. Spreading the fingers again, making sure that we're pressing through every single knuckle. Steady breath. And then on an inhale, come to the tiptoes. Really stretch through the soles of the feet. Exhale, soften back to where you were. So it might be soft knees. 2 more times. So inhale all the way up into the tiptoes as high as you can get. Stretch through the soles of the feet. Exhale, soften down. 1 more. Inhale, come all the way up onto the tiptoes. This time, bend into the knees, looking forwards. And we're going to walk our way to the top of the mat, find a ragdoll. So feet can come about hip distance apart. Maybe bend into the knees. You can hold onto the elbows. Let the head relax, release. Swaying from side to side, if that's good for you. Shaking your head, yes and no. And as much release as you can. So let the body kind of cascade down. Bend into the knees as much as you can. Find that softness in the body. And then bring your awareness to the feet that are grounding you, rooting you to the earth. The energy coming from the ground up the feet, and it's going to travel up the legs, the backs of the legs, to the spine. And then as it hits the spine, we start to peel ourselves up bit by bit. You can let the arms hang. We're going to move through the vertebra. Take your time. As many breaths as you like to find your way to stand. When we come to standing, we might close the eyes. You might squeeze shoulders to the ears on an inhale, and as you exhale, roll them back and down, turning the palms to face forward. Spread the fingers nice and wide. So our feet root us down, and then the spine and crown of the head lengthen us towards the sky. If you have an intention, you can come back to it. Just notice how it feels to be standing. Really powerful pose. Now deep breath in, scoop the hands up towards the sky, gaze up. And when we exhale, forward fold, hinge from the hips, float yourself down. You can bend or soften in the knees, let the head hang. Inhale to halfway lift, so the hands travel up the shins if you like, long spine, shoulders back. Exhale, soften back down, forward fold. We'll come to halfway lift 2 more times, so inhale coming up, look for length. Extend the spine, long neck. Exhale, soften back down, let the head and neck hang. 1 more time, inhale, look for length. So really flat, long back. Exhale, release, hands are framing the feet. We're going to step the feet back 1 at a time into a high plank. Shoulders over the wrist, pressing the ground away. Deep breath in. When we exhale, dropping the knees to the ground, lower yourself to the floor. Arms can brush the sides of the body. On an inhale, finding your cobra. So hips to the floor, lots of length in the spine, soften shoulders. Exhale, find your way to downward facing dog. If you need something in between, remember to take it. It might be pausing in your child's pose. It might be wriggling into something else, taking a wildcat. Notice how your body's responding to your movement today. Checking in, see if there's anything else you can do to honor where you're at. Can we root down through the left foot, and on an inhale, take the right leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. When we exhale, bend that right knee and stack the hips open. So trying to get the right hip stacking over left. So both hips turning towards the right. Nice. Steady breath. We're just working to open the hips. Now inhale, send the leg out long once again, squaring off your hips. Exhale, float the foot down to the floor. Downward facing dog. So go straight to the other side. Inhale, the left leg comes to the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, stack the hips open. So it's like we want that left knee pointing up towards the sky. You shine the hips over towards the left. Press through both hands evenly. Nice steady breath. Now inhale, send the leg out long once again. Exhale, float the foot down to the floor, downward facing dog. Inhale, come all the way up onto the tiptoes. Exhale, soften the knees and look towards the top of the mat. Now inhale, hop or big step to the top. Lift the chest up halfway. We're in halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Release the head and the neck. Root through the feet. Inhale, we rise all the way up to stand, scooping hands to the sky. Exhale, hands can come through heart center. We can find our Tadasana, so our mountain pose. And if you want to, again, you close the eyes. Take a moment with your breath or your intention, arriving here. Going to find some more flow. So let's inhale, scoop the hands up to the sky, gaze up. Exhale, cactus the arms, sigh out. Inhale, scoop the hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, hinge from the hips. Take your time. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, hands frame the feet. Step the feet back into your high plank so we've got that control. Deep breath in. And move through your vinyasa. So you can drop the knees, or if you want to, chaturanga, lower down. Inhale to your up dog or your cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Or give yourself the chance to pause somewhere if you need it. Keep looking for that length through the spine, pressing the ground away from you. Lots of energy coming up the spine, the backs of the legs, tailbone towards the sky. Now rooting through the left foot. Inhale, take the right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, draw the knee towards the nose as the shoulders move forwards over the wrist. Squeeze side to chest. Nice. Inhale, send the leg all the way back up to the sky. Exhale, bring the knee across the body to the left elbow, shoulders moving forwards. Inhale, leg goes up, three-legged dog. Exhale to the right elbow. Nice, squeeze it there. Inhale, leg all the way to the sky, extend. And then land the foot through between the hands. If it doesn't quite make it, just plant it to the floor, shuffle it forward. Drop the left knee to the floor. On an inhale, peel the right arm up to the sky so we get this nice twist. If we want to, you can curl the left toes under and we can lift the left knee off of the floor. If the knee is lifted, have a go at pushing the left heel back towards the window to open up the calf. One more breath in. And when we exhale, can we land right hand back down to the floor and lift the left knee up off the ground if it's not already lifted. On an inhale, reach both hands up towards the sky and we're in a high lunge. When we exhale, take a twist to the right. So left hand comes forward, right hand goes back. Hips are still trying to point forwards. The twist is coming through the spine. Lots of balance, stability. Can we inhale to take the left hand up and back, reversing your twist? And then exhale, hands come down, swinging around to frame that right foot. Right foot goes back to join the left. We're in high plank. Press the ground away. And when you're ready, moving through your vinyasa, you might drop the knees or chaturanga. Inhale to your up dog or your cobra. Exhale, finding down dog or maybe child's pose. Just working with your body at the pace that you want to go at today. Finding that steady breath, steady inhale and exhales into the body. Maybe we take a deep breath in and a big sigh out. And if we're ready, we'll come to our downward facing dog. We're going to do the other side. So rooting down through the right foot on an inhale, the left leg is coming to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, draw the knee towards the nose, squeeze it there, shoulders forward, side to chest. Inhale, leg to the sky, send it out long. Exhale, knee across the body to the right elbow, squeeze, shoulders forward. So inhale, leg to the sky. Exhale to left elbow. Press the ground away, spread the fingers. Inhale, leg to the sky. Exhale, land the foot through between the hands. We can drop the back knee to the floor, first of all. Inhale, the left arm comes all the way up, and we're looking for a twist. So feel the spine open, or the chest open, the spine twist. And then from here, if we want to, those right toes curl under, the right knee lifts up once again. We can send the right heel back towards the window, and you'll notice your calf really opening up. Deep breath in. Exhale, left hand comes down to the ground. Pick up that back knee if it's not already lifted. And inhale, we rise up into our high lunge. Keep your hips pointing forward. When we exhale, twist to the left, right hand forward, left arm back, palms turn towards the wall. Now, next inhale, can we take that right hand up towards the sky, reaching back, gently reversing your twist. And when you exhale, hands come round, cartwheel them round to frame that left foot. Left foot goes back to join the right. Deep breath in. Exhale to move through your vinyasa. So we lower down, arms brushing sides of the body. Inhale, soften the shoulders as we come to up dog or cobra. Exhale, maybe down dog, maybe child's pose. Steady breath wherever you are. If we're ready for it, we're finding downward facing dog. Just feel into your body. Pressing the ground away from you, looking for length through the spine, relaxing the head and the neck. We soften into the knees, look towards the top of the mat. On our next inhale, hop or step to the top, lift the chest up halfway, long spine, or one breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Head hangs, arms can hang. Root through the feet, inhale, we rise all the way up, scooping hands to the sky, gaze up. And exhale, finding your Tadasana, a mountain pose. Feel your shoulders drawing back. Feel your breath coming into your heart space, into the chest. Rooting through the feet, lengthen through the spine. And we're going to find Utkatasana. So bend into the knees, scoop the hands high, chair pose, look for length. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, hands frame the feet, step or jump back, move through your vinyasa. So work with your body. There's no need to rush. You can take longer. You can pause somewhere if you want. Work with your breath. Nice. From our downward facing dog, we root through that left foot if we're ready. And on an inhale, the right leg is coming to the sky. This time we're just going to land the foot straight through between the hands as we exhale. We're going to come into our high lunge like we did before. So pull the belly in, scoop the arms up to the sky. We're in the ball of the back foot. Now exhale, open into warrior two. Pivot your back foot down. Turn the right knee out, gaze over front middle finger. Take another breath in. Exhale, soften your shoulders. Right palm to the sky. Inhale to reverse. Keep the legs the same, just reaching back. Then when we exhale, come up and straighten right leg. We send the hips back and reach towards me. So feel your spine extend and just lower right hand down towards the shins. Don't feel you need to go super low. Left hand to the sky, we find Trikonasana. If you prefer a brick by the foot, let me know. I can go and get you one. Try to peel yourself back so your torso stacked over that right leg. That left hip's peeling back. Your chest is open. Nice. Steady breath. Excellent. Now inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, bend into that front knee. Swing the hands round. Cartwheel. Framing right foot. Can we move all the way to the outside edge of the left foot? And the right foot's going to go halfway back or all the way back into our side plank. Lift your hips nice and high. If you have got both feet all the way back, if you want to, you can float that right foot off of the ground. Breathe into your body. Stable left shoulder. Lift the hips as high as you can. One more inhale. Now next exhale, right hand comes to the ground. Both feet go back. We're in a high plank. Deep breath in. Move through your vinyasa. Take your time. Inhale to look for length. Exhale, maybe down dog, maybe a pause. Can we remember to connect to our breath? So the steady inhale, steady exhale, not just in the asanas where we're pausing or resting, But as we're flowing, can we find that full breath in? That full exhale. Remembering that our inhales bring us this new energy into the body. And our exhales are the body's way of releasing anything that isn't serving us. Let's do the other side if we're ready. So from downward facing dog, on an inhale, the left leg comes to the sky. And when we exhale, land the foot through between the hands, shuffle it forward if it doesn't quite get there. Now deep breath in, scoop the hands high or in high lunge. Keep your hips pointing forwards. Exhale, now open the hips into warrior two. The left knee turns out. Take another breath in. Soften the shoulders, gaze over front middle finger. Now left palm to the sky. Inhale to reverse. Keep the legs the same, just reaching back. Left side of the body opens. Now exhale, coming up, straighten the leg. Hips go back, reach towards me. So extend first of all. And then the spine can stay there. Just the left hand down, right arm to the sky. And then we're peeling that right hip back. Turning the whole body towards the right side of the room. Steady breath. You might have a little bend in that left knee just to protect it. Keep using your breath. Now big inhale coming all the way up. Reach the hands out. Exhale, soften that front knee, hand swing round to frame the left foot. Moving all the way to the outer edge of right foot, so you pivot on that back foot. Left foot steps halfway back or all the way back as the left hand peels to the sky. Hips come up nice and high. Again, if you've got both feet back, you might explore lifting the left foot up. Up to you. Steady breath. Next exhale, left hand to the ground, both feet going back to high plank. Inhale, pressing the floor away. Exhale, take your time to lower down. You can drop the knees, arms brush the sides of the body. On an inhale, look for length. Soften the shoulders down, the back. Exhale, downward facing dog, maybe child's pose if you prefer. Find a steady breath. Maybe we'll take an inhale and a big sigh out. Maybe shaking off the head if you're in your down dog. If you're ready for it, we're in our downward facing dog. We're going to soften into the knees from our down dog. Look towards the top of the mat. And on an inhale, hop or a big step to get to the top and lengthen the spine up halfway. Exhale, forward fold, soften down. Inhale, find Utkatasana, chair pose, so bending the knees, scoop the hands high, and hold it here. Nice. So our knees are bent, feet can be together or hip distance apart. And then we look for length in the spine. So if your bum's kind of sticking out, try to tuck it in or just keep that length through the spine. Breathe into the legs. One more breath. And when we exhale, come to stand. So release the hands down. You can find your Tadasana. We're going to focus on a spot in front of us that isn't moving, and we're going to work a little bit on our balance. So if we root down through the right foot, we'll take the left foot off of the ground. We can bring hands to heart center. Might give us a bit more balance. And that left knee is coming out in front. Find another breath in to lift yourself out of your hips. So feel as if the crown of your head is reaching up towards the sky. And maybe on an exhale or when you're ready, you send that left foot back as the chest comes forward. We're looking for warrior three. We might wobble, we might fall, and that's okay. Maybe we can try exploring leveling the hips to the square to the ground. So that left hip lowers down in line with the right. Lovely. Use your breath. And then next exhale, soften right knee, land the left foot down behind you. Inhale, both hands come up to the sky. And exhale, let's take them behind the back, interlace them behind you. We're going to drop the left hip, the left heel even down to the ground. So this might mean that your hips have now kind of opened, but we want to square the hips off to the top of the mat. So you might want to shorten the stance and then try to turn the hips to point forwards. Take a deep breath in, that right knee still bent. Squeeze the shoulder blades back, lift the chest. We find humble warrior. So when we exhale, bowing forward, hugging yourself into that right leg, and the hands that are clasped are drawing down towards the ground in front, so we get that nice opening through the shoulders. So lots of breath into the legs. It's like we're hugging ourselves down this imaginary line through the center of the mat. So everything hugging to the center. Breathe into the legs. That's it. Now deep breath in, rising all the way up. Straighten off that right leg. Open up the arms and let's pivot ourselves around to face the long side of the mat. Turn the big toes in, bring hands to the hips. Deep breath in, look for length. We're going to find a fold. So when we exhale, hinge from the hips, come about halfway down. And then hands come to the floor. Take another breath in, kind of look for length, maybe shimmy the spine out. And then exhale, find your wide leg fold. So the hands might walk back in line with the feet. You might need to bend the knees, and that's okay. Soften into them. We're working with our breath. So each inhale, you can feel your body opening. Each exhale is a softening arriving. It's still the morning. The body often isn't as open as it is at the end of the day. So just work with whatever you've got today. Steady breath. Long exhales and inhales. Now next inhale, can we walk the hands out in front, lifting the chest up. We're going to pivot on the left foot, so the back foot, so it points to the back corner of your mat. And then sink into that left knee, taking right toes off the ground. We find our Skandasana, hips are open. Your choice of variation with the hands, so it can be at heart center. You might need them on the floor for stability. Left fingertips to the ground, right arm to the sky to open up if you like. Some of you might want to explore a bind, taking right hand behind the back, left arm wraps around the leg. Also be aware that Skandasana looks different for all of us. You might be on the ball of the foot. You might need to come a little higher if it doesn't feel right in the knees. So use your breath wherever you are. One more inhale. Next exhale, can we bring hands to the floor? Walk them all the way around to frame that right foot at the top of the mat. Taking right foot back to join the left. Inhale in high plank and move through your vinyasa. So maybe dropping the knees or chaturanga, lowering down. Inhale, look to lengthen and open. Exhale, downward facing dog. Maybe child's pose. Nice. If we're ready, we're in our downward facing dog. We'll bend into the knees from down dog, look towards the top of the mat. On an inhale, hop or step to the top, lifting the chest up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Releasing down, root through the feet. Inhale, Utkatasana, so bend the knees again, that chair pose. Holding here, pull the belly in. Send the breath into the legs. Reach the arms up to the sky, look for length. One more inhale. Now exhale, come to stand. Nice. Tadasana. Focus on a spot in front of you that isn't moving, and we're going to do the other side. So hands can come to heart center. We root through that left foot now. We're going to pick the right knee up off the ground, or the right foot comes up. And notice sometimes we kind of collapse into that left hip. Can we lift ourselves up even higher? Take your time. Next exhale, we can send the right foot back, and the chest is coming forwards. The hips are square to the ground. Lots of length through the body. So try to really push the right heel back. Feel yourself dynamic in the body, lengthening. Steady breath, embracing the wobbles, the falls, inviting ourselves to try again. Next, exhale, soften that left knee and we land the right foot down. Inhale to reach the hands up towards the sky. And exhale, take them behind the back, interlace the fingers. Maybe taking the other hand on top as you interlace them. And drop that right heel to the floor. Again, if your hips have opened up to the side, can you close them so right hip's pointing forward as well? If that means you need to shorten the stance or lift the heel a little, please do. Deep breath in, open up the heart. And when we exhale, bowing forward, humble warrior. Feel the shoulders gently open. Breathe into the legs. And can you press through the big toe, little toe, and the heel of both feet? Lovely. Steady breath. Excellent. Next, big breath in, coming all the way up. Can we straighten left leg and then open the arms out wide, pivoting towards the long side of the mat. Big toes are turning in slightly. Hands come to the hips. Deep breath in. Another fold. Exhale, hinge from the hips, coming down about halfway. This time, index finger and middle finger can wrap around big toes if you like. Find another breath in to extend the spine. And then exhale, find your wide leg fold. Elbows coming out to the sides. Shoulders away from the ears. Breathing into the backs of the legs. Into the whole of the back body. Let the head and neck relax. Notice if your hips are kind of falling back, can you explore sending weight a little more towards the toes? It's going to bring your hips to slightly edge forwards and be in line with the heels. Nice. Keep the breath long. Now exhale to lift the chest, walk the hands out in front. We'll exhale, pivot on the back foot, so the right foot, and then bend into that right knee as we sink to Skandasana. Left toes turn up towards the sky. So at the back of the mat, nice. You can bring hands to heart center. You can explore opening the arms out. Maybe a bind if you want. Exploring the hips. Work with your breath. How's your body feel? Nice. One more inhale. When we exhale, hands come to the ground and we walk them all the way around. Frame the left foot back at the top of the mat. Press through the hands, left foot goes back to join the right. We move through our vinyasa, take your time. Nice. Let the head and neck relax in your down dog. Spreading the fingers, feel your spine lengthen. Steady breath into the body. And on an inhale, come all the way up into the tiptoes, lifting the heels off the ground. When we exhale, bend the knees, look forward. This time we're going to step through to seated. Some of you might want to jump through. Sit the bum down. Can we take the left leg out long in front of us? The right sole of the foot comes into the left inner thigh. We're going to sit up nice and straight. If any of you notice that it's quite challenging to get that length, you're welcome to sit on a brick. If you need a brick, let me know. I can bring you one. Sometimes we kind of round the lower back. We want to be nice and lengthened. Take the hands to the sky. And when we exhale, can you hinge from the hips? So come forward, keep the chest open. So maybe looking forward, it helps you to keep the chest open. And when you've gotten as far as you can today, just soften the hands down either side of the leg or maybe on the leg. And now use your inhale to look for length again in the spine. Open the chest and exhale, just soften your body down. So keep trying that. The inhale, you can feel yourself creeping, lengthening a little more. And then the exhale, you just arrive. You might close the eyes. 2 more breaths. So back of the left leg, gently opening. Nice. Next breath in, coming up. Can we scoop that right hand all the way up to the sky and behind us, fingertips point away from you. Now on an inhale, lift the hips up. As we reach the left hand up to the sky, we can reach it back and we feel this full body stretch, opening out. Take another breath in. And then when we exhale, allow your hips to come back down to the ground. Can we do the other side? Right leg comes out long, left foot into right inner thigh. And again, sitting up nice and straight if we can. Our hips are kind of pointing down towards that right foot. And then take the hands to the sky, pull the belly in, look for extra length. When we exhale, hinging from the hips. So it's not the spine, it's the hips. Gazing forward, perhaps hands float down when we're ready. Now use your breath again, looking for length, extend. Exhale, just soften. Inhale, long length. Soften. 2 more breaths. Take your time. Now our inhale, we rise up. Can we scoop left hand to the sky, swing it all the way back, fingertips point away, and deep breath in, lift the hips up off the floor, keep reaching the right hand up and back. And then gently exhale to release yourself back down to the floor. Both soles of the feet to the ground in front. We lower ourselves to the floor bit by bit. You might want to use your core. Hands can come out in front. Or if you want to, just support yourself down. Bring the hands to the floor. Guide yourself to the ground. Bring the soles of the feet close enough to you that you can brush the heels with the fingertips. Feet hip distance apart. We're looking for our bridge. So we press through the feet. Lift the hips up towards the sky. Lift the spine up off the ground. Squeezing the shoulder blades together underneath you, interlacing the fingers. Hands pressing down towards the floor. Feel your heart space a little higher than the head. The blood coming down towards the head. The front of the body opening. Then next exhale, releasing yourself to the ground. Bit by bit, the spine returns to the earth. Just take a pause. So we're being held here by the ground. Your body is supported now. We're slowing our pace down. You might draw knees to the chest, give yourself a nice hug. Maybe a big squeeze, and you might rock from side to side. If you want to find a, a happy baby, feel free to. You can take a hold of the soles of the feet or the backs of the legs, behind the thighs, shining soles of the feet towards the sky as the knees draw down towards the armpits. Breathing into your hips. And gently letting the feet go. Can we send the right leg out long across the mat and land the left foot down to the floor so the left knee is bent. We're gently going to take the right hand to guide the left knee across the body, finding a supine twist. We can reach the left arm out wide, or if there's not enough space, just bend in the elbow, cactus the arm. Now try to keep both shoulders connected to the ground so the knee doesn't have to touch the floor. And we want the twist to come through the spine, allowing your body to become quite passive here. So a softness throughout the body. And gently unraveling, letting your spine come back to neutral. And then can we land the right sole of the foot down to the ground, left leg's out long. And we guide the right knee across the body towards the left. Shoulders connecting to the ground. Maybe the right arm reaches out wide. Maybe the head turns to the right. Keep your breath steady. And gently unravel. Bring your spine back to neutral. Just take a moment with yourself. Is there anything else your body craves? Anything else that you want? Feel free to explore. Any final wriggle, stretch, opening or closing. We're preparing ourselves for our final resting pose for Shavasana. So whenever you're ready, you can make your way into your Shavasana, somewhere comfortable for you to spend the final few minutes of this practice. If anyone wants a bolster, anyone wants a blanket, let me know if you don't have. Do you want it over you? That's okay. We allow our breath to come back to its natural rhythm. We feel our bodies held here by the ground. Every limb, every muscle able to soften and release. You might take a deeper breath into the body. Maybe beginning to wiggle into fingers and toes. Take your time to come back into the space, to feel back into your body. If you want to, you can roll to one side. You might curl up into a ball. You might stretch out long. Take a moment with yourself wherever you've come to. Just acknowledging this time that you've given yourself and how you've honored where your body is at today, how you've honored where your mind is at today. And we can carry this forward into the rest of today. We'll make our way up to seated. Take your time to get there, peeling yourself off the ground. Maybe the eyes are closed or the gaze is lowered. And we root down through the sitting bones, lengthen through the spine, the crown of the head towards the sky. We bring palms together at heart center. Take a moment with your intention, if you have one, or with your breath. And we'll seal the practice together, taking a deep breath in through the nose. And a big sigh out. Thank you everyone for joining me this morning. Hope you have a wonderful Thursday. Thank you everybody. Nice to have you all here.